Hey, UFC fight fans, RicoKnows here, talking to all the MVPs. Check this out. I'm going to make this first video free. It is the first fight on the Fight Night card. The Fight Night's going to be in Mexico City. If you don't know about Mexico City, I want to tell you a couple things. First and foremost, it's obviously in Mexico. Now, it's in Mexico City, but if you didn't know, the elevation is something like 7,000 feet. And when you fight at some high elevation like that, you're going to see people die in the cage. They're not acclimated to the elevation. So, UFC knows this. Things get a little sloppy. There's not a single fighter on this card over like 155 pounds. Everybody on this card is little. It's exciting fighting. It's going to be small people. No one's going to be big. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, the first fight of the night is actually some ridiculous odds here. So, when you look at this, you got Erik Silva, 9-2 at plus 450. And then you have Muhammad Naimov at minus 650. If you go check FanDuel, which is where we do all of our bets from, you see a plus 370 and a minus 520. I'm going to tell you right now, completely irresponsible to be betting on Naimov at minus 520 in a straight up bet. We don't do that, okay? We don't throw a unit at this. We don't throw 2 or 10 units at this. Yes, he's a huge favorite, but he's still fighting another man trying to take his lunch money. We can't do that. We got to be careful with this. Now, who do I think's the better fighter and all these other stuff? I'll give it to you straight. Naimov, to me, Muhammad Naimov, coming down to 145. This is a 155 fighter. You see this right here, beating Malarkey? Beating Jamie, knocking him out. Malarkey's a 155 guy. That's lightweight. So you're strong for your division. You move down to 45. You dominate Wood, but I'm going to tell you, go back and watch that fight. It'll piss you off. The shit he does during a fight. This man is grabbing the cage, low blows, eye pokes. It doesn't matter what he is. He's doing something illegal. And I don't like it. And it's hard for me to cheer for somebody doing that type of shit. So when I look at this fight, man, do I want Silva to beat his ass. Man, do I want Silva to get a win here. Silva's an old guy, 36, I believe. How old is Silva? Somebody tell me. Let me look at his fight card here. 36 years old, Silva. Born in 87, bro. Silva remembers 9/11. He's been around a while. Unfortunately, his skill set is grappling. Silva's supposed to go in there and tap somebody out. And he goes and gets submitted in his first fight. Downtown Julie Brown, right? TJ Brown here, T Brown. Third round, got submitted. But before that, he was looking pretty clean. Yeah, I don't know where he's fighting on the regional scene. Got a knockout in the Dana White Contender Series. But we got to think about the fatigue. We got to think about the domination. And when I look at this, Silva does a lot of really weird strikes. Really weird strike. This man will be doing spinning back fists and some weird punches. Everything he does is with bad intentions. And I'm cool with bad intentions, but it's not necessarily going to win the fight. So if I show you my fight card, and for those of you who don't know the fight card, I'll drop it in now, and I can show you this and explain this to you. The colors mean something. The colors are purple for a value bet, meaning I'm taking the underdog. And we're 8-8 on that. We're straight up 500. And if you bet one unit on every one of those fights, you'd probably be up a certain amount of units because these are always plus 100 or better bets. So you'd be up a little bit even if we're at 50%, just if you didn't know the math. The leans were 18-5. So if I tell you it's a lean and it's in black text, we're 18-5. I give you no results until I make the video about it. All the other videos will be for the MVPs. And then we have locks in green. So for this first fight, it is a lock. I am taking Naimov to win the fight. Do not parlay this with anything. I don't think it's worth betting at these ridiculous odds. Sure, he's going to win. Fine. And I don't think it's going the distance. Now, if you check the FanDuel Sportsbook, it doesn't have any other additional wages you can make. They'll probably be there Saturday. Whatever the over is for the rounds, it better be 2.5 because I don't think it's going to get over 2.5. Take the under on that. I think this fight will be stopped early. I think people will get tired. But, guys, you'd be irresponsible not to throw $20 on a plus 370. Just throw $10 on him. Throw $10 on Erik Silva for the hell of it. I'm picking this for my record, but if I was telling you how to gamble on this, and I know, don't waste your money on anything you can't afford, but if you're gambling and you want to be a responsible gambler, you go in here and you see that 370 and you say, give me $10 and turn that into 37 if you can. It's just worth it, man. Silva's got a decent shot in this fight. He's not a bad fighter. He's a grappler. He's a grinder. You're at elevation. You're going to eventually get exhausted. And if you go back and watch this fight, Naimov versus Wood, Naimov does get tired in the third round. He gets gassed. Can you imagine how gassed he's going to be? Now, people will tell you, well, Rico, he trains at Elevation. He trains in Colorado. Bro, Colorado ain't Mexico City. Colorado is not Mexico City. Stop it. We're doing this, man. It's another mountain. It's twice as high. So I really like, and he's a bigger guy. But I really like Silva in this fight, and a super long shot to just put up a fight, man. But obviously I can't pick him. Okay, I will probably come up with a parlay that involves Naimov. Just be careful. I'm going to put it in there, but be careful. All right, careful. Be responsible with your bets, guys. I'm not here to give you gambling advice. I'm not here to tell you how many units to put on a fight. None of that stuff. I'm just letting you know, in this particular fight, due to the odds, maybe they know about an injury I don't know about, but this shouldn't be like this. These odds should be, at best, minus 150. At best, minus 200. So I'm really taken back when I see odds like this. This tells me Vegas knows about an injury in camp. Somebody missed weight or wasn't going to make weight, but now we already had the weigh-ins. But you get what I'm saying. Like, it's just kind of like, what the fuck? Like, those odds shouldn't be that way. So careful with that. Anytime I see odds like this and I look at these fighters and I don't see it, I don't get it. But Silva, tough, probably going to put up a fight. Seeing it at plus 420, 450, 300, whatever you find it at, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Throw $5 on him and just hope for them. You don't have to bet on every fight, but that feels crazy. Your friends don't know, but Rico knows. See you on all the other fight cards, y'all.